Well, excuse me. Well, hello guys, it's DragonComa coming to you today with an updated Traptrix deck profile. This deck really has changed a lot because I've been helping my sister improve it, and it's actually very good now. It's not even like the fire hand, ice hand variant. There are artifacts in here, but it's not an extremely pricey deck. So this is more of a more budget build. I wouldn't say it is a budget deck altogether because Traptrix have really risen in price, and so it's not really that cheap, but it's a cheaper version of Traptrix. So let's get into this. 3 Myrmelio, she's your search engine. She can also pop back row if she's special summoned, so that's really nice. That's about it. 2 Diana helps you revive a Myrmelio, and if she's special summoned, you can recycle trap holes, which is really nice. Because when my cards get sideways and you guys have to lean, sorry about that. 2 Traptrix, because Traptrix is your 1800 beater, and you can activate trap holes from your hand, which is slightly ridiculous because it turns into like a mini Makura that you don't have to discard, which is pretty hilarious. But so yeah, it's a pretty good 1800 beater, lets you do that. It's pretty good. I like it. I'm not playing Nepenthes because Nepenthes, although it's good, it's like your search engine in a sense. The problem with that card is that it just doesn't put enough work in, and most of the time you're gonna be like summoning these in attack position, and she just has abysmal attacks, so don't even bother putting Nepenthes in here. I used to play Nepenthes in my pure build, but no longer because Nepenthes just does not put enough work for me to like her to put her in the deck. I'm sorry, I just screw up my words all the time. So that's it for the Traptrix aspect of the deck. Only I think 7 monsters. And my sister's clicking the stuff in the background. Sorry about that. She just likes making noise. Then I'm playing 2 Thunderbird. I finally found room for a second one because the thing about Thunderbird, the reason why I like Thunderbird so much is because unlike Wind Up Rabbit, yes, I've tested Wind Up Rabbit in this deck. It is actually kind of funny, but the problem with Wind Up Rabbits, you can only use its effect once, I believe. Or so my friends say. My friends who play wind-ups, actually just one friend, but whatever. The thing about this guy is not only because he come banish himself so he can dodge effects, but he gains 300 attacks, so it becomes a 1950 beater. Gets over Thunder King if Thunder King doesn't negate it, but even if Thunder King negates it, this thing is just like a bait card for a lot of things. So yeah, it's also there just to test the waters out, kind of. Along with that, I'm playing 2 Beatron, because Beatron, there is 2 reasons why I play Beatron in here. The thing is to get rid of my Call of the Haunted and Verdant Sanctuaries if they clog up board, because they do clog up the board. And you might be wondering why I play Call of the Haunted in here, but I'll explain that when the traps come along. And also, it lets you go into your Insta-Exes if you have those on board, and it's just pretty useful overall. Along with that, I'm playing 2 Lone Fire Blossoms. It only has 2 targets, which kind of makes me want to play at 1, but those 2 targets are so essential because it lets you recycle trap holes and make the waters of the field kind of shaky for your opponent to want to go all out. Next, I'm playing 2 Moral Talk. I know I'm playing Sanctums because those are just extremely expensive, nor am I playing Ignitions because those are also really expensive. But the thing is, with all this destruction going on today, they're more than likely going to hit your Moral Talk, and they're going to suffer for that, in all honesty. So just play the Moral Talk. 2, you don't need a Sanctums or Ignition, in my opinion. 2 is just solid. For the last 2 monsters, I'm playing 1 Redox because you can reborn monsters. And also, if you need just a 3k wall sitting there, you have targets to banish. Then I'm playing 1 Thunder King Ryo because although it conflicts with 3 cards in this deck, actually, sorry for flicking those cards around, the thing is, it's a mistake I control, it's not a mistake my opponent controls, so they don't really have any control over when this thing goes away. That does it for the monsters. I think that is 17 monsters. Yeah, about 17, I'm not sure, I don't really keep count. Onto the spells. 3 Pub Duality. I cut Upstart Goblin because the thing about this build of Traptrix, it's not about monster removal that I can get rid of your, like, just card removal in general. It's more on a slow-paced gain advantage very slowly kind of deck, although that's what Hat does. This is a little bit slower, but does a lot more than just that in my opinion. So I cut the Upstart Goblins because I cannot kill my opponents that fast, and sometimes it actually leads to me losing games. So I put a third duality in there because this deck is broken with duality in my opinion. You don't ever special summon unless you like want to. It's not needed to special summon in this deck. 3 MST. Now I know artifacts are a thing, I know Sanctum's a thing, I know Moral Talk's a thing. The thing is, though, you have to remember, is if you destroy their Moral Talk on your opponent on their turn, and I cannot repeat this more than enough, their artifact effect does not go off. So this thing is just there because, first of all, with all these new traps running around, it's so annoying. Mistake, Vanity's Emptiness, just so much random junk I hate. I just MST and that problem goes away. For the last two spells, I'm playing 2 Verdant Sanctuary, because Verdant Sanctuary is your search engine. If your Myrmelio is destroyed, you get a search engine on Myrmelio, Atrax, or Beatron, and that's actually pretty good, to be honest. It lets you search stuff, and it's also a target for Beatron, so yeah, it's pretty good. Onto traps. 3 Trap Hole. This card, I cannot believe, has become so good in this current format, because everybody, and I mean everybody, is going on this slower build, like just normal summoning, like Booj and stuff. You know, if you don't have, stop it. Sorry, that was my sister. She's distracting me in the background while watching her Sword Art Online. I don't want to smack her in the face, even though she bought me the Priestess. If you had not watched that video, it's going to be down in the description below. Now that I've mentioned it. Anyways, 3 Trap Hole stops normal summons, and in this format right now, stopping normal summons everything. 2 of these. Now, why I don't play 3, because it can clog. It does, trust me. It's a good card, but I don't like it at 3, and 2 is just good enough, in my opinion. 1 bomb is to round up the Trap Hulk lineup. I have 3 targets from Myrmelio, 6 targets from Myrmelio, and would you stop that clicking, please? It's actually very distracting. I know you're doing that on purpose, too.
No, I'm not.
Anyways, Bombless is just good, stops those annoying hands and whatnot, and all that other junk that I don't want to deal with. So that does it with the Trap Hulk lineup. I only play 6, as I said, because that's pretty much enough. Onto the traps. 2 D-Prison, because D-Prison is really good, and in the next format it will be even better, because they can't hit me. 2 Call the Haunted, because I believe, if I'm not incorrect, Call the Haunted, first of all, is a target for Beatron. It lets me, Beatron clears my board so well. But another thing it can do is, if you the thing you have to remember about Moral Talk as well is it doesn't have to be special summoned by its own effect to get its effect off. As long as you special summon on your opponent's turn, you'll get its effect off. So Call of the Haunted just uses that aspect. And also it lets me bring back more Myrmelio to use her popping effect. I'm playing 2 Wiretap because Wiretap's annoying, and I hate Wiretap. And I also hate opponents who use Wiretap. But hey, Wiretap is good, so you have to kind of play it. Then for my single traps, 1 Dark Bribe, because believe it or not, Dark Bribe's still very strong. You try to get your spells off, nah. Try to get your traps off, nah. It's just there. For my 3rd negation card, because negation's everything in this game. Black Horn of Heaven. I don't play Solemn Warning in this deck, believe it or not. I don't find Solemn Warning that useful anymore, because Wiretap's running around, and Black Horn of Heaven is at 3. And also a card that I want to tech in, but I don't have is Horn of Heaven, because that is the Solemn Warning. But anyways, last card, Compulsory. Compulse their Fire Hand, Ice Hand, whatever. They cannot attack you, and you laugh. That does it for the traps. I don't know how many traps I play. The only one I remember is the monster lineup. Onto the extra deck, I am playing for my dark, and what I mean by dark ones is like the ones that use dark materials. 1 Master Key Beetle, because this card's still very strong. If your opponent cannot get over, or if your opponent's what's called, oh yeah, hands cannot destroy, their effects do not go off. Special summoning the other one, I mean, so that's pretty good. This thing, because it flips them face down, so, excuse me, if they try a special summon, nah, I'm just gonna flip it face down, just to troll you. Thanatos, because, you know, Thanatos prevents itself from being destroyed. And if hands cannot destroy you, their effects cannot go off. I cannot repeat myself more. So many people at my locals are like, man, I was destroyed. But nah, you can't get your effect off. Then finally, since I do have the 2 Thunderbirds, I'm playing 1 Ophion, because believe it or not, if you have Ophion on board, it stops Moral Talk. Now I know it conflicts with Moral Talk, but the thing is, if you have an Ophion on board and a Moral Talk on hand, you know what to do. Don't play the Moral Talk, that's just stupid. For my other rank 4s, I am actually playing 1 Utopia, because this card, although it sucked at the beginning, it still sucks now. However, the thing about this card is it stops attacking, and if you stop a hand from attacking, guess what? Their effects don't go off. Ha ha ha. Anyways, that's the reason why I play it, just to be trolly, but if I had the 101, I would definitely play that card over this guy, but it's still pretty funny. Maestroke, more problems with the hands, because hands have pretty much dominated the metagame now, if they cannot. Okay, I'm not going to repeat it again, but it stops cards, it's pretty good. Ragna Zero, because Madolches are a thing, although their hype kind of died down because everybody's playing Geargius and hands right now. This thing is still pretty, at my locals, everybody's playing Madolche. There's like 5 people playing Madolche. This thing just says no to them. 1 Black Ship of Corn stops hands, no need to explain. Gem Knight Pearl, because Pearl is just a solid card, I like it. There's like, you can do this in the Fiendish Chain, like, so what, you didn't stop an effect. Now for a dynamic duo play, the Lavalval Chain lets you search. Emerald to let you shuffle back and get consistency. By the way, I'm not trading this way. I know Battle Factory is coming out with a reprint of this, but this was a present for my mom, so I'm not giving it away. End of story. 1 Cowboy, because Cowboy is still solid. 1 Cairngorgon, because I can't pronounce his name right. I think it's Cairngorgon, because targeting right now is so relevant in the game. 101 hands, oh my goodness, I hate it. I'm just like, nah, you're not gonna target my cards, so I'm gonna redirect it at you, pretty much. And so that's why I play Cairngorgon. 1 82, because I play Virgin Sanctuary, so no reason not to play this guy. And I'm taking in 1 Amaterasu, because my sister, although I tell her not to do this, she still banishes her Traptrix to bring out her stupid Redox for a 3k wall for 1 turn, basically. But this thing is just there because it helps her bring back her monsters. I know it requires 3, but believe me, 3 in this game is not that hard to bring out. So that about does it for my Traptrix deck profile. Leave in the comment section below what you think of it. I'm not playing Hat. I hate Hat. Hat is annoying, and I do not want to be like a jerk to anybody. I know it's a good deck, whatnot. But first of all, hands are going for like 9 a piece right now, and that's just extremely expensive. And this is a budget deck, so no expensive cards in here, pretty much. Or not too many of an expensive card. I mean, Moral Talk is going for 8 a piece, but I'm playing 2 to be fair. And so I hope you guys enjoyed this deck profile, and please leave in the comment section below what you think of it. DragonComa, signing out till next time. Bye.